Akshata's recipes. Thank you so much for stopping by today. So today I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite recipes, which is chicken kofta curry recipe. You can also call it the Indian meatball curry, for those of you who are not familiar with what is koftas, or you can even call it as kebab curry. It's super easy to make and it is really delicious. You can have it with some roti, you can have it with some naan, or even some jeera rice. So let's get started with today's delicious recipe. So we're going to start today's recipe by seeing how to make these koftas or meatballs. Now here I've taken 500 grams of mince and I've just ground it to a finer consistency in my mixer jar. To that I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of very finely chopped onion. Next I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of coriander powder. Next goes in 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. 1 green chili finely chopped. Now I'm using the lesser spicy, the lighter green chili, which is not that spicy. Now goes in some salt to taste. So roughly about a teaspoon. Then 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. If you don't have chili powder, you can also use chili flakes. 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala. Now this is a homemade garam masala. I'll leave a link of how I prepare this at home. Now this is 2 tablespoons of roasted chickpea flour or besan. So I've just roasted it lightly for a minute in my pan and I'm adding it. This will help to bind the kebabs or the meatballs really well. And now goes in about 2 tablespoons of finely chopped fresh coriander leaves or cilantro. 1 teaspoon of clarified butter. That is ghee. If you don't have clarified butter, you can also go with regular oil. Now we're going to mix all of this really well together. And we're going to set this aside for 20 minutes. So just cover and keep it aside or keep it in your refrigerator for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, we're going to make small balls the size of a small lemon. Like this. We don't want them to be very small or we don't want them to be very big. They're just a medium size like this. Like a small lemon or lime. So make these and set them aside. So these are all the meatballs or the kebabs or the koftas ready. Now I'm going to heat some oil for deep frying. Now we don't want the oil to be very hot. So you can keep your flame between low to medium, and when the oil is the right temperature, not very hot or not very warm, it should be at the right temperature. Then we're just going to fry these because we want them to be really fried well and not just the outer coating fried and the inside raw. And now we're going to fry this really well till it turns to a little darker golden brown color. But keep your flame between low to medium. Don't increase your flame too high. And this took me about 3 minutes and the koftas or the meatballs were ready. So I'm just going to take them and set them aside. And in this way, I fried all the meatballs. So I roughly got about 16 or 17, which is, like enough for a family of 4. And now our meatballs are all ready. And now we can start working on the lovely, delicious gravy. So you can see that they're really nicely fried. Take your time with frying them. And now let's move on to this gravy. So first I'm going to make a yogurt kind of a mixture. So I've taken 2 tablespoons of homemade yogurt or curd or dahi. I'll leave a recipe of how I prepare this at home. 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. 1 teaspoon of pepper powder. 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. And half a teaspoon of cumin powder. Now we're going to mix all of this really well or whisk it really well and set it aside. Now I've taken about 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using the same oil in which I deep fried the koftas with the meatballs. Now I'm going to add 1 medium onion chopped fine. We're going to fry the onion till it becomes nice and translucent. Once that happens, I'm going to add 2 light green chilies that I've just slit and cut it up into halves. We're going to mix this really well, fry the chili well. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. I'll leave a recipe of how I prepare my ginger garlic paste at home in the description box below. Now we're going to mix all of this really well together. Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of dried fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi, and I'm going to crush it like this and then add it. Now we're going to fry all of this really well. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, or you can also use paprika. This is just for the color. It doesn't add any spiciness. And now this is the puree of 2 tomatoes, 2 medium-sized tomatoes. I've just ground them in my mixer jar. And now I'm going to cover and cook this for about 7 minutes on a low to medium flame, just stirring in between. And after 7 minutes, our mixture is ready. So it's fried really well. So now I'm going to add the curd mixture that we prepared, or the dahi or the yogurt mixture with all the powder masalas. We're going to add that. Mix it in well. And now I'm going to add about half a cup of water to that curd, the jar in which I made the curd, and just add that also. And now mix everything well. And again, we're going to cover and cook this for another 7 minutes on a low to medium flame, stirring in between. You can get the lovely aroma of this gravy by this time. And once it's nice and cooked, we're just going to add the meatballs into the gravy. And now we're just again going to cover and cook this for about 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, our lovely kofta curry or Indian meatball curry is all ready. And it's super delicious, guys. And now just garnish it with some freshly chopped coriander. This goes well with some roti, naan, or even some lovely jeera rice or just plain pulao. Wasn't that super easy? I know it had a little more when like the ingredients for the kofta and the curry, but if you keep all your ingredients ready like I did and then start making it, it becomes really very simple. Or you can even make the koftas on one day and the gravy on the other day. So it's really easy. So I hope you liked today's recipe, and I do hope that you give it a try. And do let me know in the comment section how you liked it. Don't forget to give this video a big like by hitting the thumbs up icon that you see below this video. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you to all of my subscribers who let me reach my milestone of 20k. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I hope more of you subscribe and also share my recipes with family and friends. So on that note, I'll say bye. I'll catch you soon in my next video. Take care, guys. This is Akshata signing off. Bye.